That's hilarious, Renato. That couldn't be, everything you said couldn't be further from the truth. My life is better today with President Donald Trump. Well, you're right about one thing. Donald Trump hasn't done anything near
Yeah,
what Obama did
yeah,
in his 8 years in office.
yeah.
Name one good thing.
Me too.
Well, the U.S. economy is very strong. Was it strong when your big brother Obama was president? Hmm.
Yeah. It's
7 million new
$32 for
jobs over the last 8 years that he created. Hmm.
$101.
I'd be curious to know where you got your
$70
information
for shipping
from.
on like
If you
eBay.
can give me the
Screwed.
factual
It's
information
crazy, but I
that
never
shows
send
that,
her anything. I never do
I could
anything.
probably
You know,
tell you
just
the
let her
name
do
of
it.
someone
So I
who
just do it.
had 30 million jobs
Oh
lost
man.
that in his
Uh-huh.
8 years in office as president. I could say that name to you slowly.
I did,
All
yeah.
I know is you're killing me, Renato. You're killing
I
me.
didn't see it, but
I know you look like Obama, but you don't want to act like Obama, that's for sure.
him get
The
back.
most effective
He
healthcare
might be able to
system
give
in
her an
the
answer that's
history
gonna
of the
clarify it for
United
her.
States. Hmm. I don't think that there has been any president in my lifetime that has done that. Uh, if you're trying to speak of your big
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
actually, the healthcare system is now more of
You tell
in
them to ask.
more
That is the first
distress
person
than it ever
to
was.
ask.
People can't afford health care coverage under Obamacare because it's too expensive. You're trying to stoke the fire, that's what we would say. But it ain't working. Obama's just a person who is now in the past. He was just a distant memory, a nightmare that I managed to endure 8 years and live through it. And now we're on to a brighter future and greener pastures. Ah, that's funny. That's funny to even think like that. To even hear somebody say that. That's hilarious. Now that one's funny.
There, on one of your trips,
Okay, so I'll go back to your question previously. Obama's speeches.
and I want you to, there's a can.
One thing I will say about that guy is he can do speeches. That's probably the only thing he's good at. That guy
You
can make you
cannot
believe
tip
anything.
it. It
But
has to go
you
upstairs.
say anything, something about what he says about education, uh, I think all presidents talk like that. And I think, in my opinion, education is a top priority, no matter who the president is. For students, everybody, education should be number one on their list. So if that's something that you feel Obama said that was good, and you want to know if I agree with the education part, absolutely. But all the rest of his stuff, he's just a talker. That's all he was ever good at. He says one thing and does another. And Michelle Obama, don't even get me started on that buffoon. Now, Renato, are my words on family? We could be here all night on that. uh, well, let's see. Oh, I'm just reading the last message you sent too, that I know very little about it. The only time he could learn a little more was when I took him to some supplier in Brazil and he saw the suppliers eating on my hand. Okay, that's a good one. I do remember that. Yeah, you're right. You had the supplier eating out of your hand. So back to family. Family is everything. That's what one of my in my mind, one of the most important things in life is family. Your children, your wife, your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father, aunts, uncles, everybody. But like I said, we could be here for days on that subject. So that's where I'm going to go with that. Now I'm gonna take a breather and talk about welding. All right, let's talk about welding. So, Guido, I would have to say, I don't know if you recall, not real long ago, uh, Renato posted a video where he asked my opinion on some welds on a sign out in front of the building where Yes I Do is where Renato teaches that course. And I remember looking at those pictures. I think I was actually up hunting at the time. And I remember looking at the video, and I had to keep stopping the video because I couldn't believe that this master welder that Renato is, that he actually thought the welds on that sign were very good. They had very little, they had poor profiles on there. Just on what I could see on there, I would have to say minimal penetration on the welds. Personally, if the wind was blowing that day, I think I would want to be away from that sign because I have a feeling it would blow over. The welds were actually pretty bad, but Renato being the great inspector he is in Brazil, I guess I expect him to think those were good. I view that a little bit different. But I don't want to put Renato on the spot because I know that, he's a great welding inspector and knows everything about it. So I really don't want to comment too much on that. But Guido, going back to welding, I saw kind of a fascinating video not too long ago on welding, but it was oxy-fuel welding. I've never done that before. And I watched a video where the guy was welding, I don't remember what it was, but two pieces of steel using an oxy-fuel torch, and that was it. And I was really impressed with it to the point where one day at work, I think I'm going to grab some steel and I'm going to try to see if I can make it happen as well. It's a great process. It's actually an old process that there's a lot of guys, the old timers know about it and we're good at it, but my generation and even the younger ones, that's kind of a lost art. There's still a lot of really good welders that can do it, but like I said, a lot of them are older guys now, so I'm gonna give that a shot. I just thought it was really neat. Hey Clayton, good question. I gotta throw this out there. I think I saw you on LinkedIn the other day. I was going through my LinkedIn, and I do believe that was you. Your name actually popped up on there as someone that I could possibly have as a friend. But anyway, what are my plans for next year? Um, ooh, boy, I have some plans there. And even as I think of this, as I'm talking, I'm thinking about it. My plans for next year is actually to spend more time with my family in northern Wisconsin, where we have a place up there that we go to for like summer vacations and that. I'd like to spend more time up there. I'd definitely like to spend more time out fishing with my sons and my wife, and my daughter doesn't care to go fishing. If she wanted to go, that would be great. Hunting, I'm going to spend more time doing that. I tried to do a lot of hunting this year, but I still didn't do as much as I really wanted to. And trying to maybe further my career a little more, maybe a little bit of, have been giving some thought to some online schooling to see if I can bring my education level up a little more, something that would pertain to my job, and maybe I could put myself in a little better position. There's a lot of things that I could do. Not sure what they all will be, but hunting, fishing, and spending more time with my family is definitely one of them.